Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly. Welcome
I'm
back.
back from California, back from Cali. I was out there with my friend Dana, went to high school with Dana, and she has this product that she created. It's called the Perfect Lift. She is a mom of 6. Her youngest, Tanner, has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and she was not really living her life. So about 7 years ago, she created this product. We went out to LA 7 years ago to the Abilities Expo when I went to Tom and I went to Sir, and we were at the Abilities Expo again this year. This year it was in Long Beach, California, so I was able to go to the Quiet Woman, because I had to. I mean, you can't go that far out in Orange County and not go to the Quiet Woman. So I did go to the
For sure.
Quiet Woman. I posted some pictures. I will say it's quaint inside. It's a lot darker than I expected. And I'm annoyed with myself. I didn't go to the bathroom. I don't know why I didn't go to the bathroom. Like, I should have checked out the bathroom. Like, what was I thinking?
Just in general? Because nothing significant has ever happened in the bathroom there,
Nothing has
right?
ever happened there. But like when you go to a restaurant, I usually check out the bathroom because I think that's a good indicator of
I agree.
cleanliness and
Yes.
other things, right? But I didn't go.
Yes.
I will say the food we had a Caesar salad. How do you screw up a Caesar salad? It wasn't that great. It was like watery and runny.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then we had an appetizer that was meatballs. Horrible. They were horrible. The sauce was horrible. And then we did have a steak with mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes were awesome. The steak was awesome. And it was asparagus also. But the interesting part is Dana and I split our meal. And there was another 2 girls with us. And they split their meal. They had spicy penny with vodka sauce, right? They charged us $10 to cut our steak in half and put it on 2 separate plates, and $8 to split the pasta. So $18 in plate sharing charges, which is
Wow.
one thing to tell you you're going to do it, but it's another thing to just get that on the bill when you didn't expect it.
So there was no indication that you were going to be charged a plate sharing charge?
No, there was not. No, there was not. So
I feel
that
like
was my
restaurants
experience.
around here, it's right on the menu.
Yeah, absolutely. As it should be. Like that should be
Yeah.
something you know about, right?
This is no disrespect to the rest of the country. No disrespect. But I said to Wendy, I feel like once you leave the New York, New Jersey, even Pennsylvania, I'm going to give it to Pennsylvania because of Philly. The food it's not, I don't want to say it's not as good. I'm sure there are many places outside of those states that are great. But in my experience, not that I'm that big of a traveler, but I don't know. New York, New Jersey, Philly, Pennsylvania, the food's it's just top notch. It's hard to compare anything else.
I get that. We did do really well at the show, but it was exhausting. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Perfect Lift is a 2-person manual lift for anybody with mobility issues. It's good for in case of an emergency, to get someone in and out of a pool, onto an airplane, any place. I mean, this lift was able to get her son on rides at Disney. Now they're able to travel and do things and live life again. So I'm going to put a link for that in this episode, so you guys can check out the Perfect Lift. The next thing we wanted to just talk about is the news today that's all over the place, is that Amanda and Wes came out with their joint statement from Summer House. I mean, it honestly doesn't surprise me. So I've been watching Summer House this season. I've always loved Summer House. Kelly didn't watch it because, well, you tell them why, Kelly, you didn't watch it.
I've watched Summer House from the beginning, season 1. And I do love it, but I honestly can't stomach Kyle. I can't stand him. I don't even want to watch him on the screen. And this surprises me. And you know me, I'm very cynical. So part of me believes that this possibly isn't true and they're making it up for the show.
It's true.
I know. There's just a tiny part of me that thinks like Kyle Cook was probably like, well, look at how big Vanderpump got after Scandival. Like, there's just a little part of me because I think he's that slimy. So my feelings on this are West is an F boy. We saw what he did to Sierra. Kyle, I'm sure over the years, West has seen Kyle be less than loyal to Amanda. So I'm not even the least bit concerned with Kyle Cook. I don't care about his feelings. I don't care about him at all in this scenario. So West is just a whatever. He's an F boy. This isn't surprising that he would do this. What shocks me to my core is that Amanda would do this to Sierra, because I do think you have control over your emotions when it comes to someone who broke your good friend's heart. And he broke Sierra's heart. And I'm not watching this season, but I did just see a clip. I don't know if it's aired yet, but Sierra and West are sitting across from each other and she's breaking down and starts to get choked up. It basically tells him that she does still miss him. Did that air yet?
No,
So that's
no.
coming. Now, Amanda, being one of Sierra's best friends, right? Because Bravo likes to throw that best friends term around a lot, should know this. So what are you doing, Amanda? Like, honestly, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't get it. I so don't get it. I am shocked. I said I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked because you do see it. You do kind of see it this season. You see that West is stepping up for Amanda because last week's episode was the one where Kyle really, they said it was coming. It was like his worst episode ever. He just really lost it.
I really
And
might have to watch it. Ugh, it's
it's good.
annoying.
It's good, and I'll be honest with you, like I said to you, I like I like the 3 new. I like, KJ, Levi, and Bailey. I like them. And I do think that Carl is actually possibly dating Bailey. And
I've
I
seen
also
that.
think, based on what I saw on Watch What Happens Live recently, that KJ is still dating, I can't think of her name, but the girl that was West's ex, actually. West introduced them on the show. West brought a bunch of people to get together for the single guys, one of which was KJ. I cannot think of her name. Anyway, they know who I'm talking about. So it's a good show, but I mean, first of all, Sierra is the sweetest person. She has
Right.
so much to offer. Not that Amanda doesn't. Amanda does, but why would you do that to your friend?
Why
I
would you
I
do
just
that?
don't
This
understand it.
girl, Sierra, has been humiliated by Austin Kroll, which, by the way, he entered the chat. Like, apparently pasta and effing your exes are back. Like, Austin, with all due respect, after how you
Yeah.
treated Sierra on national television, you might want to keep it shut. But I don't listen to Giggly Squad. I know you do.
Mhm.
Let me know if Paige talks about this because I will listen to that.
I will. I
She
definitely will
has
let
to
you
weigh
know.
in here. She's good friends with both of them. She has to have an opinion here. I mean, maybe she's not going to give it, but Paige, if there ever was a time for you to open your mouth, not that she's shy about that, but open your mouth, say something. Amanda is wrong. At least say that.
I mean, the
She's not going to say
interesting
it.
thing is the whole Hannah thing, like, Kyle's the one who got Hannah fired. The whole
Yes.
Hannah-Kyle thing. Like,
Yes.
I
Yep.
agree with you. Kyle's not a good guy. I've never been a Kyle fan. That would not stop me from watching it because it's an ensemble cast, and you've always said that, so why you let
I
one person
know. I
stop
know.
you?
Just, you
It's
know what
beyond me.
I told you, it's like I can fast forward the scenes with Teresa on Real Housewives of New Jersey, especially the last season when they all weren't filming together. It was very easy for me to
Right.
fast forward, and I did. I can't fast forward through Kyle's scenes. He's in every effing scene. But I
Yeah.
am shocked to my core. I do agree with you. I think it's true, but the cynic in me is but I just can't believe Amanda would do that to Sierra. West? Okay. Totally typical. I don't feel bad for Kyle in the least bit. Got what he deserved. But
Right, right.
Amanda to Sierra, I'm just shooketh.
Of all the men on the planet, this is the one you have to choose? Come
And the
on.
funny thing is, Jesse Solomon was always the one who was like, I mean, playfully, but flirted with Amanda, always said like how hot Amanda was, like how into Amanda he would be if it weren't for, like, he said all these things.
Right.
I don't know. This is
I
Mage.
know, and you didn't meet him yet either, but Ben is on this season, and They met Ben a year ago in Italy. They were at a wedding together, and Amanda said that Ben wanted to sleep with her in Italy, and Ben is on this season. So it's not like I would have rather she slept with Ben. Like, sleep with
For
Ben.
sure. Yeah.
Like,
It's the West Sierra thing. If West
yes.
and Sierra had never had a relationship, I don't think anybody would give a shit that she was with West right now, even though he was friends with Kyle. Because like I said, I'm sure West has seen
No.
plenty over the years, that he's known them. It hasn't been that long, but it's been a couple of years. He goes to Kyle's events. Kyle's sleeping at a fan's house. I mean, come on. So, okay. But it's the Sierra element in this that is just, it's heartbreaking as a woman to see Amanda do that to her. This poor girl,
Yeah.
Sierra, like if I were her, I don't know if I would ever let myself be on TV again after Austin and then West and now Amanda. It's like, how many times can this girl get her heart broken on national television? I
I
mean,
know, and
who's
supposedly
not Team Sierra on this?
I think
Who's
everybody
not Team Sierra? Yeah.
everybody. They had so many brand deals together too, and supposedly Sierra's team is like, "Nope, I'm not doing it with her," and I don't blame her. Listen, I think Sierra's the bigger get than Amanda.
For sure. And if
So
she wasn't before, she sure is now. But I think she
mhm.
was even before too. No disrespect, but to me, Amanda was always that girl who stayed with Kyle to be on TV. She was. Her first season, she was on season 1 as his booty call. That's how she started out.
Yeah. I mean,
And there's nothing
supposedly
wrong with that.
supposedly they were dating before the season started, and then Kyle broke up with her because the
Right.
season was starting, and then
Right.
yes. But yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Like, it's not cool. All
Mm-mm.
right, and then something else you wanted to talk about before we just by the way, this is gonna be about Southern hospitality, but before we get there,
Yes.
Kelly has something else she'd like to bring up.
Cousin Gina and I touched on the New Jersey well, it's not really a reboot. And so I have something to say about that too. But the coming back of New Jersey.
Season
I
15.
listened season 15. So first I listened to Kim D on Reality Court with Anna and Ace. Great podcast. Listen to that. While she was on that podcast, she mentioned Dana Wilkie's podcast with Gabriella, aka Melissa's old nose. So then I listened to that. Listen to both, but for sure, listen to the Dana Wilkie podcast with Gabriella. There is so much information she gives about Louis. Teresa took a pay cut, about the new girls coming in, about how Louis is still talking to bloggers, all about the bullshit, all about whatever they were called, changed their name because that girl Raquel went to BravoCon and everybody snubbed her because of the mess that was of Teresa and Big Tuna, as Triz Rance calls her, Jennifer Aiden, were feeding her the screeners and everything. Everybody snubbed her, and then Melissa did some fake ass, you know, reconciliation with her, and she changed her name of the podcast
She
because
did?
yes, it's not called All About whatever the hell it was called anymore. I swear. You
Oh, I didn't
have
know
to
that.
listen. Dana Wilkie's
Okay.
podcast with Gabriella. Amazing. So much information. I was kind of adamant that if Teresa came back, I wasn't going to watch the show. And I still am going to throw up in my mouth a little bit every time she's on the screen. I'm not going to lie. I'm not
Okay.
even
Stop
a
being
fan of
so
Melissa.
dramatic. Just
I'm
stop
not
being so
even a fan
dramatic.
of Melissa anymore, and you know that.
Just take a
But
shot.
I'm
Just
going
take
to
a
tell
shot.
you why I'm going to watch it now. Because Dana and Gabriella are going to do a podcast every week. And Gabriella still knows that Louis is still talking to bloggers. So she's going to tell us what's going to happen on upcoming episodes. And then we're going to watch the episode and see if that's what happens. This is what she says. Now, I tend to believe this woman. So this is why I'm going to watch. But I don't think this is going to last. I think that as good as these new girls coming on can or will be, there's no organic friendships. They're just apple picking girls and putting them on a show. And we've seen this before and it doesn't work. It didn't work with New York. It's not working with Beverly Hills. Amanda has no connection other than the fact that she bought Kyle's house. Bose is an anomaly that she just kind of fit in right away, and I think that's because of Dorit. But I don't, unless these girls come in with each other and do amazing on their own, there's no organic chemistry here. So I don't know. I think this is gonna be the last season of Jersey, but we'll see. I
We'll
think
have
that
to
if
wait.
you're going to do something like this, you have to, like when Siggy came on, Siggy had established friendships with Jacqueline and Dolores. Siggy brought Margaret on.
Mhm.
You know what? It's all been organic up to this point. Jennifer was trying to get on the show for years.
Right.
Rachel was friends with Melissa. The boys grew up together. Everything's has been organic up until now. So I just have a feeling this isn't going to work.
I think
But
we're
I
gonna have
am
to
going to
wait and
watch
see.
just because of this. Yeah, for sure.
I think we're gonna have to wait and see. I do think that there are some connections that we're gonna see with some of
It's
these
all
people.
phony. It's all
No, I don't
phony.
think it's phony. I don't think it's phony
It's
because I
Melissa
do think
saying that the one was her makeup artist and she wasn't.
no, it's the woman that I think the one woman is the woman who does the injections, and Melissa was actually out to lunch with her when she got into that car accident. They are friends. They have been friends
Yeah,
for a
because
long
they were
time.
test filming. That's when they were
No,
test filming.
no, they were not
Yes, it was
test
back in
filming
the
then.
fall.
No, they were
I'm
not test
telling
filming
you,
then.
there's no organic connection here. And if
And
it
then
is, it's all phony baloney. And even this makeup between Teresa and Melissa, which obviously phony baloney.
okay, we'll have to wait and see, and we
Mhm.
will agree to disagree.
All right. All right.
Listen, if we agreed on this would not be interesting. Let's face
No,
it.
I agree with that.
Okay. And it's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, even our listeners.
Absolutely. And
You
I
don't
get
have to
very
agree with
passionate
me.
about New Jersey because I am from New Jersey. It's very near and dear to my heart. It's not going to work. But we'll see. I'll sit back
Yeah,
and
we'll
watch.
see. Yes. But right now we're going to talk about Southern Hospitality, season 4,
Mhm.
episode 4, Giving Grace. This is the perfect title. Very rarely do I say that, but this is the perfect title.
Yeah. I had a hard time.
I did. I did also. So we start out where we left off at the girls and gays party, and Grace admits she needs to stop because she's going to get herself in trouble. And all of a sudden, Michaels brings out the bobbing for cucumbers. Never heard of
The
that
fact that they
game
didn't
before.
wash those off after they shoved them
I
down their
know.
pants. I can't.
I know. I know. I know. And so that game turned into we're going to ask you a question, and you either answer the question or you bob for the cucumbers, right? But that is not even what the game was because many of them answered the question and then they still bobbed for the cucumber. I was like,
Exactly.
you guys are not playing this game right, and it's your game.
Yeah.
So the first thing we find out is that the first question went to TJ, and who was the last person that he had sex with? And he immediately bobbed because he let us know that he has not had sex in a long time, and he cannot
And
remember
he
that
doesn't
person's
it was
name.
16 months ago and he doesn't remember the guy's name.
Right.
Understood.
Yep,
Understood.
totally get it. Totally get it.
Yep.
Uh, the next one I thought was interesting when Lake asked Mia if she said yes going out on a date with Justin and why. And she said, yeah, I said yes. And Jordan said, well, did you think of me? And Mia's like, no. And I was like, okay. She's like, but he did ask me to, I don't know what the name of the restaurant was, Marbles and Finn or some restaurant that she likes.
Yeah.
She's like, and that's my favorite restaurant. So that's why I said yes. And in her confessional, she's like, listen, I'm not really friends with Jordan. Like, why would I have an allegiance to Jordan?
I don't
I
think
kind
she
of don't blame
does.
her.
I don't
Yeah, I don't
either.
blame her.
I don't
But
either.
she
And
did,
like she said, I'm
she
like newly single, like what the hell?
Right, right. So then she said, I actually canceled it, but she didn't. She rain checked him. But then when she saw all this messiness, she's like, you know what? I am going to cancel it. Like, I don't need this. I don't blame her. I mean, she doesn't need this.
No, I love when she said it's giving baby mama drama without the baby.
Yes. That was a good line. That was a good
That was a
line.
great line. Great.
Then Mia asked Lake whose team she was on, Brad or Emmy's. And Lake answered Emmy's. And they all seemed surprised. And she's like, why are you surprised?
Yeah, why are they surprised?
Well, I think we find out later in the episode why they're surprised about the microaggression, but I see her point. I totally see Lake's point.
Absolutely.
I've never really been a big fan of Lake, not that I didn't like Lake, I didn't really have an opinion about her, to be honest with you, but after this episode, I actually really like and respect her a little bit more. I think that,
Me too.
she's got a lot of valid points.
Yes,
I
and
do.
listen, she doesn't just have to be on Brad's side because Brad wants her to be on his side.
Right,
She's a very
right.
well-educated lady.
Yes, 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 and listen, she feels a certain way about the way Brad kind of friend zoned her, and then all of a sudden's with, Julia
Right,
for a year, when they were
right.
kissing prior to that.
A year and 10 days ago,
Right,
which,
exactly.
that checks out.
Then it was Grace's turn, and she refused to bob. I'll be honest with you, I too would have refused to bob. There's no way in hell you would get me bobbing in there. So I can't fault Grace for that.
I'm not faulting Grace either. I think when I was in my early 20s, I would have bobbed, but not after that. So maybe maybe I don't know how old they are, but all I could think was even if they did wash the cucumbers off after they shoved them down their pants, your mouth is like everybody else's mouth and saliva is getting in there. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna get the stomach virus, and there's nothing worse I
My
hate more
hair
than the
too.
stomach
I'm not
virus.
sticking my hair. I'm not sticking my head in
Yeah,
that.
I know.
There's so many things going on. There's no way I would have bobbed for that damn cucumber either. So
I know, and if you have
I'm not upset
oh,
about that.
Garrett, it's all gonna run.
No, 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 no.
But if I
So
was in
then
my
it's
early
Matt.
20s, I probably would've.
No, probably still wouldn't have. Then it's Maddie's turn, and Grace asks her if she what did she say?
If
Asked
she's
her if
F
she
Joe's ass.
right, that's it. That's what she said. And she said, "No, why? Because I have a penis?" And she said, "No, because he likes it." Everyone. I mean, especially Mia. I've never seen Mia go so hard for anybody, to be quite honest with you. I was so surprised that she stuck up for Maddie like that and went after Grace.
I agree with you. But what annoyed the bejesus out of me is that TJ sat there with that stupid ass smirk on his face and said nothing. Because Grace even said, TJ said he and Joe hooked up, so I thought it was okay. And he sat there with that stupid smirk on his face and said nothing. He should have said something, but he let Mia do his dirty work for him.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I don't know why TJ didn't say anything either. I did not like that at all. Listen, I think that Grace was wrong. I think Mia laid it into her, and I think that was fine. And I actually like that Molly asked her to leave. I thought it was appropriate because it really was at that point. It was like, what is she doing there? And then in
Just
yeah, and she was,
but you
and then
can
we
tell in that moment the way Grace left, like, obviously what she did was wrong. I just felt so bad for her because you're like, something's going on with this girl. Just the way she left, she was like, "Oh, okay, 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 can I get my phone? Like, I think it's there under the couch." Like, she almost becomes like a little girl.
yeah. Well, I had
I
said
had
to
a
you
hard time
last week
watching this
when she
episode.
was acting out like that, Grace, that I said, "It seems to me like she's on something."
Yeah, well,
And,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we know that that's what it is. I give listen, I've always liked Maddie. I give Maddie a lot of credit for standing by her. I do. I do, because it's not
Well,
easy.
if you remember the first season, like, Maddie and Grace were extremely good friends. They vacationed together a lot.
Mhm.
I'm sure they did a lot of partying together, a lot. And then Maddie got sober. So I'm sure before and after she got sober, she has seen a lot go on with Grace.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, I give her a lot of credit, I really do. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, we're gonna skip to that, and then we'll go back to the lake thing since we're talking about it. When she's in her confessional and she's talking about it, and she says that, she has a lot of empathy and that this is what goes on with people who are struggling, and she pauses because she didn't wanna say it. She didn't wanna say it.
Yep. Yep.
She didn't wanna say it, and then she said substance abuse, and you could kinda see, like, it was a relief for her to say it, but it was like, "I don't wanna say it, but, like, I have to say it." I have to say it.
I would imagine that, right after she said that, this was hard for me to watch. She probably called Grace and was like, "I said it,
Yeah,
and now you have to
yeah,
address it." It might have been the
yeah,
best thing Maddie could have done for Grace.
yeah,
Although
yeah.
now we know she's gotten arrested twice in the past couple of months for this is, like, breaking my heart.
I know because we'll stay on the grace thing because, she goes to see the, sobriety counselor, right? And he says to her, like, what brings you here? And she goes on to talk about the ketamine that it was, prescribed to her and it helped her and she abused it at some points. And then we find out that someone really close to her recently died from the same batch of ketamine that she was using. So, yes, that's going to be a wake up call, right?
Yeah.
We also yeah, we that's a wake-up call for anybody. I mean, she's young, she's still young, she's got her whole life ahead of her, and she talks all about it, and she even says this, and this is what we loved about her, the wavy baby. Like, that's how she lives her life. She is a free spirit, and you can be a free spirit, and you can be clean, but it's not easy, and you can't do it by yourself. So I am
No.
thankful that she showed up there, and he does give her a plan, and asks if she can commit to 30 days, and she doesn't do it then. She's like, "I'm gonna have to talk about it and think about it." Listen, he says it, and it is so true. Sobriety is not a straight line, and everyone's journey is different. So she needs to just stay the course and just all we can do at this point is pray for her. That's all
For
we can
sure.
do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I don't want to. And we're gonna
No.
also put that in a link for that in here for
Yeah.
mental health and substance abuse help because it's everywhere. It's all over the country. It's everywhere. She shouldn't be ashamed of it. I'm glad she did it on camera. I'm glad she went to talk about it. And Maddie is just being a good friend. She's just being a good
And I
friend.
Yeah, so but it, like, explains why she's so supportive of her, why she does she's like, "I'm the
Right.
one who keeps bringing her around this group." The problem, though, is that, and we both know this, in order to stay clean when you get clean, you do have to change people, places, things. So I would imagine that this is why she is no longer employed by Leva. She
Mhm.
probably shouldn't be in a bar atmosphere. You know,
Right.
bars serve alcohol, but there's no way to control what else is going on in that atmosphere, and the industry is just known for drug
Mhm.
use. It's just known for it. So, you gotta change people, places, things, and I think that Maddie wanted to keep Grace in the group because it's the paycheck. She's on TV.
Yeah.
But listen, I
Yeah.
I pray for her, we pray for her, and, I think she's gonna be okay, Grace Lily. I do.
I hope so. I do hope so.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we see Lake FaceTiming with her mom. I love this interaction. Her mom's like, "Are you drinking water?" And she's like, I've actually been drinking more alcohol." But her mom was all concerned about her staying hydrated because it's so hot in Charleston. And
I know.
yes, it is hot in Charleston, and it is important to be hydrated. And they start talking about her relationship with her father. And, ever since she came on air and talked about, her that she liked
Sexuality.
girls. Yeah, that she
Yeah.
liked girls, and she said it, on camera, and it became public information. Her father, I don't wanna say was embarrassed, but he thought it was disrespectful. That was the message he sent to her is that she was being disrespectful, and that wasn't her intent. That was not her
It
intent.
wasn't her intent. It's interesting to find it like her grandparents were millionaires and they were, you know, uh, like pillars of their community.
Right.
I guess her father felt a certain way about her. Maybe not the fact that, she is bisexual, but the fact that she said it on national television. Now, she's younger than us, so I would imagine her father is probably our age or close to it. So it's interesting to me. Like, my father, who's 80, would probably feel the same way. But my age, it's surprising that her father had that feeling at his age, but I guess, people feel the way they feel.
That's it. You know what? That is it. People feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
But her mom said to her, "Listen, if you're waiting for some kind of apology from your dad, like, you need to manage your expectations. You know he still loves you." And I think that that was the right thing for her mom to say, right? I think
Yeah.
that was. And I
Yeah.
think that she needs to just move forward with this relationship with her dad. She did what she needed to do. He said what he needed to say. I think, when it comes down to I think her father obviously loves her. He's gonna be there
Yeah.
for her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The next thing we see after all that is we see Sunday at Republic. That's what I decided. If we go to Republic, when we go to Charleston and we go to Republic,
Mhm.
I wanna go on a Sunday. I wanna go on a Sunday because that seems like the place to be, like, hanging out on a Sunday. Maddie was
Okay.
DJing. It seemed like a more of a younger crowd, like, it was during the day, they were outside. I don't wanna go at a nighttime when it's like
Well, no, because that's when all the young people are gonna be there.
yeah, I wanna go there on a Sunday when the old people are
Yeah.
there, like the brunch time. I would like to go for the
I'm with
mimosas.
you.
Okay.
Yes, yes. We need to
So
find out what time of year they film. I would imagine it's probably in the summer,
I would
um,
too, and then I imagine it's
if it's
very
coming
hot.
out now. Yeah, it's probably real.
Alright, we'll see. We'll have to see.
We'll figure it out.
I don't even necessarily need to go when they're filming, I just would like to go.
Yeah, no, I know. I just think it would be fun because then if they're filming, then we're guaranteed to see, most of them.
Right,
Because if they're not, then Maddie and Joe might be on the road.
right. That's true. That's very true. And then we find out from Brad because he's talking to TJ that he had just run into Emmy out and everything was cool, and then all of a
Was he talking to
sudden, Will
TJ or
shows
Justin?
Justin, I'm sorry, I meant
Justin, right?
Justin. Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
because
talking
I
I
got
don't
I
like
got strong
Justin.
feelings about this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, so he was talking to Justin and said that, he saw Emmy out and everything was cool between him and Emmy, and then all of a sudden Will shows up and she won't even look at him. So then Justin feels the need to tell Brad that Emmy said to him the only reason she apologized is because she was afraid that they would make her life hell if she didn't.
So here's my thoughts. You tried to bury Will last season. You tried to bury him with this cheating thing. So if Emmy doesn't want to talk to you when Will's around, I think she has every right not to talk to you. She's going to stand by her man as she should. And basically, in the words of Bethany Frankel, Brad, get off her fucking jock. Like, enough is enough. Is this going to be Brad's thing every year? Coming for somebody else's boyfriend cheating on them? Like, come on. We've seen it with Maddie. We've seen it with Emmy. Like, listen, I can't watch another season of this. Have your own storyline, Brad, or get off the show. Enough is enough. No, she's not going to talk to you when Will's around. You tried to bury the guy. You're lucky he hasn't, well, he can't kick your ass because you're a personal trainer and you could probably kick his ass. But
This is very true.
honestly, why would Will want to be anywhere near you? Whether you think Will's a douchebag or not, why would the guy want to be anywhere near you? And yet,
I
Justin,
understand that.
there's nothing
Why did
wrong with
Justin have
Emmy
to say
saying,
that?
and there's nothing wrong with her saying they would make my life miserable. They would. They have. They've proven it. This has
Yeah,
nothing
but
to
then
do with color.
you don't make the apology that no, I don't think it has anything to do with color. You don't make the apology if it's not sincere. Don't make the apology.
Well, listen, they're on a show together. They have to film together. Of course she's going to say she's sorry. People do it all the time on Bravo. Of course.
I don't agree. I see that's where you lose me. I don't think she has to. I don't think she has to say she's sorry. And if she says she's sorry, I think she has to mean it. I think it's bull. I think it's bull.
Well, if
And
she
I
says
understand
she's
Brad being mad
sorry,
about that.
yeah, see,
She was crying. She was crying when she made that apology to him. She's like, "You
yeah.
were going to be in our
And listen,
wedding." Like, come
after
on.
after the way this episode ends, I'm not really defending Emmy. I just have a hard time
Okay.
with Brad. Like, this is, I mean, we see at the end of the show, thank God he's got a new storyline about himself. But at this
Yes.
point, while I'm watching the show, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, Brad. Like, seriously. Or do you have your period? Why are you so jacked up about Emmy still? Let it go. Move on from the Emmy and Will. Move on. It's old. It's
Yeah,
done. It's
I mean,
tired. It's played out.
it's episode 4 and Will's not even on, and how many times has we heard his name?
By Brad.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. So the next thing we see is Michael's new apartment, and Lake comes over. That apartment looks very nice. It looks like he's overlooking like the downtown area, like where you want to be.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him, because I'm sure
Yes.
that's
Good for
not
him.
cheap. I'm sure that's not cheap. And he asks her how she's feeling about the thing that came up at the girls and gays party about where she said she took Emmy's side. And he explains to her that he was just working out with Brad, and Brad feels a certain way about her not supporting him with the microaggression. And you could see that Lake was visibly upset. Like, she thought she did support him. She said, "Yeah, no,
She
that
did.
that is." She co-signed exactly what Michael said. I mean, she was still comforting Emmy because she feels closer to Emmy, and that's okay too. Like, two things can be
This
true,
young
right?
lady has done nothing wrong.
No, she
This
hasn't.
young
She
lady
totally
has done
hasn't.
nothing wrong.
Right. Right.
She agreed that the word unsafe was wrong. It was wrong. That was a terrible thing to say.
We all agreed about that.
We
We all
all
did.
agree. But she's friends with Emmy, and that's okay too.
Right.
And like,
Right.
well, we'll get to it. But what she says
Yeah.
at the end, like she's gonna educate Emmy because Emmy clearly doesn't know what microaggression.
My gosh. Yeah. I mean, I can see why she was so upset, because in her confessional, she's like, listen, her exact words, this is really pissing me off because I'm the person who's always defending people of color. I'm always defending my people. I'm always advocating. And I don't think that that's not true. Of course it's true. That's all we ever see. And coming from the family that she comes from, that's
Right.
insulting to her. Like, now,
Right.
how is that going to come across if people are
Brad's
saying this
just
about her
mad that
character?
she's not on his side. He's just
Yes.
mad that she said at the girls' party, girls and gays, that she was more on Emmy's side.
Right.
His girlfriend ran back. I'm not a big fan of her either, the girlfriend, at all. Brad's girlfriend. But anyway, I don't think we'll be seeing much of her after this season. But I think that that's all it is. Brad's just pissed that Lake's not taking his side.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's the case. And then Michael says, like, don't let Emmy know, because Brad wants to have this conversation. So don't say anything to Emmy. But Lake says, listen, I don't want to be labeled as the person who is blind to racial problems. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be labeled that either. Don't label her. She's not done anything
No,
wrong.
she hasn't. She's done nothing wrong.
She's done nothing wrong. So the next thing we see, it's Thursday night at Republic, and Michaels comes in, and it's really short staffed. We can see that. And we find out that Brad is having an event down the street, Body by Brad, and that Maddi and Joe are going to be there, and Justin, but they're going to be coming in afterwards. And also, Brad's going to be coming back later, and he's got a table, and he's getting table 10, and he's going to be bringing back people. So, okay, they know what's going on.
Yeah, like this. I'm here for this, Brad. I'm here for this.
Yes.
Show us what you do. You're obviously successful. You look fantastic. We've even seen you training people on Southern Charm. Like, this is what I want to say. This is what we want to say.
Right. Absolutely. We find out that his girlfriend said to him, like, you're doing so great with this. Like, we can do this beyond Charleston. So let's take this on the road. So they're taking Body by Brad on the road, which is awesome. Right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
I'm happy
Yes.
for him. I hope that this is a huge success for him.
Me too. I really do. Bring it to Jersey, Brad. Got a
Yep.
lot of muscle heads up here. They'll take your class. I'll take
Oh,
your
we
class.
sure do.
Look like a fool, but I'll take your class.
I thought it was funny that Joe is reflecting about how proud he is of Brad, and he's younger than Joe, and he's getting his shit together. And Joe admires anyone who can get up before noon. Joe, you need to get your shit together. Joe, I
love
like Joe,
Joe
but you really
Bradley.
do.
Oh
You
my
need to get
God.
your shit together.
Is there something with the name Joe? They could say the stupidest shit, but you're still like, but you know what? He's such a good guy.
So after the event, they all go back to Republic, and Brad walks in, and Lake says, I want to have a talk with you if you don't mind. He's like, yep, but first I need my bottles. So, we find out that she didn't sleep the night before. That's how upset she is about this.
Yeah,
And
of course.
that's not cool. So Michaels gives them, a private space to talk, and, Lake and Brad are talking. And then Joe walks in the middle of it
But
to fix his
honestly,
hair.
she starts talking, and right away, Brad's like, he totally cut her off. And he's like, well, I don't think we should even be having this conversation. Like, maybe
That's what
just
he
hear
said.
her out. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
just, don't cut her off. Let her talk. She
Right.
asked you to
No, he
talk.
did.
Let her talk.
He did. I mean, even when she started talking, she's like, "I really feel strongly about that conversation." And he's like, "Well, which part?" And she said, "Well, the microaggressions. As a Black woman, I do understand, and I just wanna address it to you because I know it's important. Like, every single day I deal with this, you know?
Right.
She's got all these Black men in her life. Like, give me a break."
That's what I mean. For Brad to be it's very dramatic. It's very
It is
dramatic.
dramatic.
She
It is
did have
dramatic.
she did have your back. She did agree with you. She did defend you. He's just not he's just mad that, I don't think he's mad that she's friends with Emmy, but the fact that she said she was more on Emmy's side.
I think that's what bothered him. I think that's what bothered him.
But grow up.
I know. I know. But though then Joe walks in and he could see that they're having a serious conversation. He's like, "I just gotta fix my hair," and then he does it. I'm like, "Oh my god, Joe." Then Joe
He's like John
leaves. Oh
Travolta in Saturday Night
my
Fever with his hair.
god. She explains that it's okay if, I did co-sign what Michael said. I was comforting Emmy, but me comforting Emmy doesn't discredit your feelings towards that whole thing about the microaggression. She's like, "I'm sorry that you felt that way." And,
Well, how about when she said, "I've always defended and loved the Black men in my life," and Brad said, "Well, it didn't feel like that." That was
mhm.
not accurate. It's
No.
not even accurate.
No.
Well, I guess if
I
he's
know.
saying that it's not how that felt to me, I guess I can't say that that's not accurate because that's how he felt. To me,
Right.
it's a little surprising that he would have felt that way because she did agree with him and she did think it was wrong.
Right. But I think that when he saw that she was comforting Emmy, it kind of negated that she co-signed what Michael said. It
Yeah,
just
but I don't
negated
think
it. He
anybody
didn't say
other
it.
than Brad felt that way. Well, maybe his girlfriend felt that way. His girlfriend's clearly the one that ran back and told him that she said, she was more on Emmy's side at the girls' party because he wasn't there, unless TJ did,
Right.
which that wouldn't
Well, a
surprise me
TJ,
either.
I could, yeah, I could see TJ do, and
TJ was
Michaels
probably
was there
texting
too.
him when it happened. Yeah.
Michaels was there too, and Michaels would tell him too.
Well, yeah, because next week we see that Michael says, I don't trust Lake and I can't be friends with someone I don't trust. So I'm very curious to know what that's about. I'm
I
sure it
am
has something
too.
to do with Brad.
I hope not. I really hope not. So, Brad, after she apologizes, he said, he was happy that she apologized. In the meantime, while all this is happening, Emmy walks in the back room and then she like freaks out and then she runs out into the restaurant part and Ella's there and she's like, what are they talking about? And she's like, "Oh, I think that Lake is sticking up for you about the microaggression." Emmy says, "Microaggression? Are you effing on crack?" Like she lost it. Like Emmy keeps losing it. Like she takes the
For
littlest thing
sure.
and she loses it. Like her
You know what it
reactions
reminded
are
me
not
of? Remember
appropriate.
last year when they were saying that she was getting like a kickback for the dresses that they ordered
Yes,
and
yes,
she like lost her mind?
lost
Like,
it. Yes.
I feel like this girl, she definitely has anxiety. I am not a medical doctor, by the way, but
Really?
I just play one in my own head.
Mhm.
I definitely think she has anxiety, and I think I look at Emmy and I feel like she's a little fragile. But I feel like that is because these people who were really her friends, because I do think that this was a Vanderpump Rule situation. I do think that they were all friends prior to filming,
I do
have
too.
now kind of made her look like a villain. However, she's not helping herself. I don't think Emmy is racist, and I do think that she used the wrong words when speaking about Brad, and she should know better. She's not doing anything to help herself. She needs to shut her mouth. First of all, you're at work. I know you're filming a show, but you are at work, and you're going all around to all these people talking about this, very emotionally.
Sensitive. It's a sensitive situation too. It's
Yes,
sensitive. I mean,
yes, yes,
Brad
yes.
even says, "I don't think Emmy's a racist." And Lake said, "I wouldn't be friends with her if she was." But Brad said, you completely remove race from the whole thing, then why apologize to me and not mean it? Like, that's where he says, "I've lost it for her." And I don't blame him. I don't blame him about that.
Don't blame him either. I do understand why she said, like, "I apologize," but because they got yeah, I guess it's not a good move. Like, yeah, if you're gonna apologize, because you don't see Will apologizing.
No, no, you don't. You don't. You don't. And then when, like you said, she said, I'll take it upon myself to really educate Emmy on the subject. And Brad said, no, I'll talk to her. You don't have to do that. And then you see her go outside and talk to Justin, Emmy. And, Justin is trying to explain to her what is going on. And she's like losing it. And Justin's like, I don't think Emmy knows what a microaggression is. And then the
No, and then in her
producer,
confessional,
the producer asks her, like, okay, what is a, oh, yeah, I know what that is. And she tries to explain it. And she's like, it's like when, like, they say, like, a woman is a bad driver. No,
no, no,
that's maybe that's more for, like, when made towards people who don't know you. No, Emmy, no,
no.
no. So I'm going to
None
read
of
to
the
you the
above, Emmy.
definition.
Yes,
Emmy,
please.
Emmy, listen to me. I'm going to read it. A microaggression is a subtle, often unintentional, daily, verbal, or nonverbal slight, insult, or indignity that communicates hostility or derogatory messages to people based on their marginalized group or membership. Examples: race, gender, sexuality, often stemming from unconscious biases they accumulate over time to cause significant psychological harm. An example, I'm going to give you an example. Saying you're really pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Microaggression. Microaggression. You speak really good English to an Asian person. Microaggression. Like, stop. Just stop.
Right, right,
And if you don't know what it means, then educate yourself.
right, right.
You're going to marry an attorney or a lawyer or whatever it is
Exactly.
he's going to be.
You
Educate
might
yourself.
need his services going forward.
Yes, you really might.
Listen, I don't think that we had this conversation. I think that Emmy saying Brad made her feel unsafe, again, wrong word, because there was nothing physical. It was a text message. I think she was taken aback by his text message because historically he's not one to text like that. Like we had like you would never
Right.
text like that.
Right.
I would. And anybody who
I
texts with
know.
me.
I know.
If I had beef with you, that text was nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, you're going to know. You're going to know about it.
Right. It wouldn't be surprising for someone to get something like that from me. I think that's what she meant. Clearly, the word unsafe was the wrong word to use. There was nothing physical about that whole scenario. And, a man in general, not a nice thing to say. A black man, horrifically worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It just is what it is. And if you don't understand it, try harder.
I completely agree. So I am curious to see what happens next week. I am, because
Yeah, I
I do
wonder
think
why.
something with Lake. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is she went back to Emmy.
Yes, and said that Michael, because Michael's and Emmy are close. Like he has maintained a friendship with both Brad and Emmy.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
You know what? Even if she did, I don't blame her. Like, if it's in the context where she's like, Emmy, listen, this is what's going on. Like, the way you're moving is not good. So let me try to help you do better. If that's the context of her saying Michael's told me something, I think it's okay. I don't know. I'm just like a big fan of Lake now this season. So
I really do like Lake this season too. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna have to wait and see what happens next week. I mean, we're only 4 episodes in. We've got a whole season ahead of us.
Yeah, typically these seasons aren't that long. However, I think I looked and this one's longer than usual. Yeah, but that's okay because it's good.
That's okay. Yeah, we're
We
gonna
have a
have
lot
a
coming
full
up, though.
schedule. We're gonna have a full schedule. So just be patient with us because we both work full-time jobs as well. So we
Yeah.
do the best we can do. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can let you guys know.
Yeah,
We do
because
the
we
best
have
we can do.
Atlanta, Rhode Island. It wasn't something, the Valley.
The Valley, yes. All of which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we'll have to just be patient with us. That's all.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
All right. So until
I
next
can tell
time,
the same
thank you
thing to
for
my husband.
watching. Yeah, there you go. That probably goes over real well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.